Okay, let's just get right into it. We've all heard those stories, right? You know, the legends of students who get an incredible rank but decide it's not quite perfect. So they drop an entire year of their life just to do it all over again for a slightly better number. And we call this dedication. We say it's inspiring.
But what if it's not dedication? What if this whole thing, this relentless chase for a perfect number, is actually a trap? One that's costing our brightest minds their time, their real passion, and yeah, even their mental health. See, this isn't just about one student, it's about a whole culture that has taught us to worship a number. So, to really get this, we need an analogy. Let's call it the key versus the room. And look, let's be super clear about something. Qualifying for a tough entrance exam, that is a massive achievement. The hard work, the discipline, that deserves all the respect in the world. The problem starts when we get confused, when we mix up the tool with the actual prize.
Think of it like this. The exam, your rank, that's just the key. It's a tool made to do one thing and one thing only: open a door. Now, whether that key is gold-plated with rank 1 or it's made of silver with rank 2000, it opens the exact same door to the same room of opportunity. And that room, that's where the real stuff begins. The actual learning, the teamwork, the innovation. When we obsess over polishing the key, we forget the entire reason we wanted to get in the room in the first place. You know, this obsession with the key, it has some serious hidden costs. The first one, and this might actually surprise you, is something called the topper's paradox. It's this weird idea that the very skills that make you an incredible test taker can actually hold you back in the real world. I mean, what do exams reward? They reward a very specific skill set, finding the one correct answer to a known problem as fast as you possibly can. It's a closed system, a world of total certainty. But the real world, the world of science, of engineering, of innovation, it's the complete opposite. It's a world filled with uncertainty, and it rewards people for asking questions that have no answers yet, and for being okay with being wrong 9 times just to find that one breakthrough.
You can see the split right there, can't you? The exam world trains you for perfection, all by yourself. The real world, though, it thrives on messy, collaborative trial and error. So you gotta ask, by teaching our best and brightest to be terrified of failure, are we creating perfectionists instead of pioneers?
And this focus on perfection leads to an even more personal cost, one we just don't talk about enough: the hit to our mental health. This is what we call the brittle crown. When you're told for years and years that your value is your rank, it stops being a medal you wear. It becomes who you are. It becomes your entire identity. But it's an identity that's built on incredibly shaky ground. It's a brittle crown, just waiting to shatter at the first sign of real pressure. Because what happens when you stepped into college and you meet someone smarter, or you face a problem you can't just solve in 5 minutes? That crown cracks. And this leads directly to anxiety, to burnout, and to a really bad case of imposter syndrome, that awful feeling that you don't really belong and you're about to be found out. It creates this paralyzing fear of just being average after you've spent years being told you're the best. All right, the next part of the trap is this really powerful myth, the idea that the exam is the end of the race. We call this the phantom finish line. For years, students are told, just cross this one finish line and your life is set. But it's not true. It's a lie. The moment you enter college, the real race begins, and the rules are completely different. There's no fixed syllabus anymore. That finish line you were sprinting towards, it just dissolves into mist, and you see this long, winding road ahead. And think about the cost in time, spending an entire extra year to turn an excellent rank into a slightly more excellent one. That's not an investment. It's a trade-off. You're trading 365 days. That's a whole year you could have spent discovering a new passion, building a cool project, or finding people to collaborate with. That time, it's gone. Forever. By focusing so hard on a static syllabus, we are essentially training students to become experts in a world that doesn't exist anymore. I mean, just look at this. The skills you need to succeed change so fast. Adaptability, being able to learn new things on the fly. Those are the real skills, not just mastering questions from a decade ago. And maybe the greatest tragedy in all of this is what it does to pure passion. The whole point of education should be to spark curiosity, right? But the intense pressure for rank turns science and math, subjects that are filled with wonder, into just a set of tricks you need to solve faster than the person next to you. The flame of curiosity that would have made a great engineer gets put out, leaving nothing but burnout. So, what do we do? How do we break free from this thing?
Well, it's going to require a big shift in how we think about all of this, and it really starts with two groups of people. First, to the students. Listen, you are not a number. Your worth is not defined by your rank. It's defined by your ideas, by your curiosity, by your ability to bounce back from failure. Use the exam as a checkpoint. Get your key, open that door, and then throw yourself into the room. Build things, break things, and learn things that will never, ever be on a test. Your future self is going to thank you for it.
And to the parents and educators out there, it's time we change the conversation. We can start by celebrating the effort, not just the final outcome. Let's praise curious questions more than we praise correct answers. Success shouldn't just be about cracking an exam. It should be about building a curious, resilient, lifelong learner.
Because in the end, that's what this is all about. The real goal was never to get a perfect score on a test. The real goal is to gain the knowledge and the mindset to go out and build a better future. The goal isn't to top an exam, it's to change the world.